What's going on, fellas? Jimothy Spyder, as always, joined by my partner, LeRoy Cannonball. Productions got us out here in Week 5, facing the Steelers, even though we're stuck almost 20 points. Make it make sense, Cannonball. Show us how we got to this point.
Baltimore gets the ball first with the newly acquired Matt Stafford. More on that later. Moving the ball pretty well, already down to the 16 here. Coach TreyBandz draws up the fullback wheel route to Mack straight out of Compton. But number 58, Patrick King, makes sure we're straight out of luck when it comes to striking first today.
Steelers coming off that red zone mistake. Started this drive at their own 5, slipping Jimmy Harper. Connects with Gesicki and Coach TreyBandz diving at air. Gonna take this one all the way down to the 2. Very next play, running that bubble screen. Very close to being another pick 6. Nick Sparrow Jr., the 5th-round pick out of Virginia, coming up with the first score of the game.
It's always said that quarterbacks have a short memory. Stafford probably has the shortest memory out of everybody. Check this hot diggity dot.
Don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful ball, but I gotta give some credit to my guy down there, and I would walk 500 Miles Scandrick. The ball tracking is next level. He's looking like a top wide receiver out there. He's a running back, Cannonball.
100% agree, partner. So much to be excited for when it comes to this kid's career.
Couple plays later, Ravens were in the red zone but get pushed back on a very long sack. 3rd and 24. Stafford looking seam. Terrell Edmonds with the interception at the 1. Well, he's got a long way to go. Do we have anybody who could catch this guy?
And what the French are the refs looking at? That's a block in the back. Donovan Powell very obviously gets pushed from behind there on the play. The refs, I don't know if they're calling it incidental or they just don't care. Come to think of it, I don't even know if a block in the back can be incidental, Spyder.
Incidental or not, I'm sure we're going to get an email from the league later on this week saying about how the call was missed and that they profusely apologize. I'll be sure to print that out, use that as wiping paper later on.
Baltimore and Coach TreyBandz, you just got to settle down here, buddy. You're only down 2 scores. Let's not do anything silly.
And this is the exact reverse opposite of what we needed to happen. Another pick for Terrell Edmonds. He's saying, yeah, I just had one, but I'll take another. I got room.
Need to call these boys Pittsburgh today.
Luckily, defense stays strong, holds them to a field goal. Still only a 17-point game despite what has went down so far. Stafford, another seam shot, and Minkah Fitzpatrick joins the Eint party. That's 4 for Matt Stiffy Stafford today.
Yep, and the Boo Birds start coming out here at home. I'm pretty sure some of the defensive players from Baltimore were joining in on that.
Baltimore defense understandably breaks after that last interception, gives up the touchdown. Offense still looking for their first points of the game. That'll do it. Quick ball to Z-Dub, getting us on the board finally. Also get the 2-point conversion to draw within 16.
And we didn't really miss much here in the third quarter, just a field goal for Pittsburgh, but they have the ball and are driving again.
Play action, bootleg, rolling to the left. A wide open man down the field, but he steps out. They're going to count it as a catch, but if he could have just had some awareness, that's a touchdown. Going to start the fourth quarter at the 7. Backs against the ultimate wall. Of course, 2-2 here in Week 5. Baltimore Ravens and Coach TreyBandz. And Coach Sparrow 9 making his Spyder and Cannonball debut.
Yeah, happy to have him on broadcast. He got trounced in Week 2, but he came out with a very strong game plan today. And there is a rumor going around that his name is a reference to how many children he actually has. Cannot confirm or deny that.
And the fourth quarter starts from the Baltimore 7. Harper from shotgun. Over the middle, Jonathan Abram. He's got nobody in front of him. This is going to be another pick 6 for the young man.
And I've been thinking about it week after week. Like, what do we call this guy? I can't come up with a nickname for the name Jonathan Abram. You know what? I'm just going to call him McNasty because his game is so filthy, Spyder.
Well, McNasty with about 100-yard interception return. As big of a swing as you could ask for. Going down for 2 here, and this one yicked. Luckily, the defender looks to be too slow to take it back. 13-point game out in Baltimore, folks. Don't ever say it's not exciting in the NEFL.
And it's pretty funny, like, looking up at the scoreboard with how hyped we are. It's still a 13-point game. Coach Sparrow very much in control. Might have just been a one-off mistake, but you know what? We sell excitement here. We got to build up the moment, and how do you make a 1-yard run exciting, Spyder?
Well, I mean, that's Najee Harris. You can kind of give his stats, I guess. It's 12 for 77. You're right. Not a super exciting day. Don't really have an answer for that, but Sparrow has an answer for us. This is the junior Sparrow down there. Kind of a weird juke. Slowed down a little bit. He might have been able... There was some more meat on that bone cannonball. Either way, like, how does a man get that wide open? And how does he have 7 catches for 121? As a white guy.
There is something, like, psychologically damaging about getting shredded by a white guy at one of the skill positions. But that's neither here nor there. Good run stuff. And Baltimore, I mean, even if they give up a 3 here, I guess it's still 2 possessions. I don't know, I'm kind of believing Coach TreyBandz. Remember, at the beginning of the season, he told us his pass defense is literally just pick or touchdown. And that's been pretty true. I'm just hoping that we get another pick here.
6:15 left in the contest. Again over the middle, again picked! Sterling Silver Weatherford, only the quarterback to beat.
It looks like he's got the angle, Spyder. He's going to be able to diagonally shoot in, and he does. Weatherford, another clutch pick, just like last broadcast.
They say that defense wins championships, but you know what it's doing here? It's selling advertising as keeping people glued to the TV, what looked like a blowout. Coach TreyBandz going for 2 down here. Don't really understand the logic, but we'll take it. Now only down 5 points.
Man, we are right back in this game, partner. This is going to be a flag. Might be offensive holding. It is. Everything going Baltimore's way. And Coach Sparrow 9 has got to be going, what happened? His head must still be spinning down there, calling the inside zone, and getting us to 2nd and 11.
Steelers operating from empty. Hopper floating one up. Another pick! 3 straight picks. It's Julius Hall this time taking a shot at the end.
Whoa, what in the H is going on in Baltimore here, partner? This is tremendous. I mean, as long as you're a Ravens fan, Scandrick picking up a quick 9. Just over 5 to play here, and looks like Sparrow Jr. is going to be out for the game. That is good news for us. I mean, you never cheer for an injury. But that dude's been carving us up, so that's going to be a little tool taken out of Coach Sparrow's tool bag, who inexplicably keeps going back to pass, pick after pick after pick.
Well, you know, to be fair, we could say the same thing for Coach TreyBandz. He threw 4 in the first 3 quarters, and he hasn't really stopped throwing. Another big hole. Scandrick feasting now. Looks like he was shut down for the most part until those last 2 runs. Now he's averaging about 4 a carry.
Baltimore chance to take a lead for the first time on this drive. Again, back to Scandrick. And maybe Coach TreyBandz is not wanting to press his luck here and is trying to lean on the run game. This one, RPO. Oh, little close. Oh, he's trying to get it in Zaire Wise's hands. So talented, but that one, ooh, little bit too close for comfort. He's driving down there and almost makes a huge play. There's no one that's going to stop him. You know that's a pick 6.
There's been no shortage of those in today's game. 3rd and 5. Stafford, wide open Scandrick, but a great open field tackle is going to make it 4th and inches. Coach TreyBandz not even thinking about it. Just hurry up.
I like the move. Let's go up tempo. Let's catch him off guard. See what we run here. Back to Scandrick, been killing him, and a great play from Pittsburgh. Standing up strong to the Connecticut kid, Scandrick. Big play on 4th and inches, big swing of momentum. And we got another piss-soaked towel on the field. This one against Baltimore.
And kind of a side note here, big guy, these Steelers, there was talk about them moving.
That's right, there was a very nice write-up, a beautiful proposal to the committee who oversees those type of things. And they were trying to move to Ireland, of all places, Spyder.
It got declined, but the amount of effort on the proposal was out of this world. I mean, just so much better than the production values we have here.
Oh, hold on there. That's not really saying that much, but I agree. I looked over it too. It looked really nice. One thing that caught my eye, though, is there was going to be a $50 food and beverage voucher if you show them like that you bought a plane ticket to come to Ireland. That kind of reminds me of the whole New York Giants season ticket holder thing. Oh yeah, pay all this money and you get a free medium Pepsi. It's kind of the same thing. I don't know how much plane tickets cost to Ireland. Harper going to give it to him again, and look at this hole. Wow. It is opening up like it's parting like the Red Sea right now, Spyder.
And just touching again quickly on that food and beverage voucher thing, I mean, at least it's something. They could just look at your plane ticket and tell you to stick 2 fingers up your rear end. No judgment if anyone out there is into something like that.
And this is, he's going to run again with Harris. I guess like the matchup, but he could have ran that down to the 2-minute warning, Spyder. I'm not a clock management expert. That seems like a poor decision. And clock management is so key. And you just see people, even longtime Madden players, just kind of flub it up sometimes.
2nd and 6, Harper checking the line here. Another ball for Harris, played well. So we got 3rd and 6. If we can hold him here, good things might happen for us.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many times I start a sentence without knowing how it's going to finish, but I can definitely tell you started that one without knowing where it was going to end up.
Players back out on the field, $1:20 left. Another handoff, and played well. Good little gap protect, not quite a gap shoot, but at least held the line there. 4th and 4, Coach Sparrow going to come out here with a left-footed kicker. I like our odds.
It's always funky seeing a lefty out there. Something tells me he's going to hook this joint. This one, no. He made it.
Coach TreyBandz really did not want to come into this week with Ron Federkline as the starter. Made some moves, swapped a pick, and we end up with Matt Stafford, who we got for pretty cheap, big guy.
Yeah, I'd say it's a bargain. I mean, we give up a 4th rounder and an edge rusher in Joaquin Gary, who was actually struggling to see any playing time here anyway. We give up those assets to Houston. I honestly think it's a fleece, if you ask me.
Baby Tay with some space, but getting tackled from behind. Almost looked like a quick kick return. Last second, bottled up.
Baltimore and Coach TreyBandz, this is it. This is what you kind of play for since you're a kid in the backyard. Imagining you trying to launch a game-tying drive on broadcast of a YouTube channel that's very small. Here we go.
Stafford going for it all on the first play. I think he's got him. It's caught, and he's suplexed down at the 1.
Staff Daddy has always had a gigantic arm. That's never been the question. Uses every ounce of his throw power on this one, and guess who caught it, by the way? That's my man, Klonopin Donovan Powell. Of course, affectionately given that nickname because of his alleged prescription pill addiction. But down here at the 1, after Sparrow calls a timeout trying to preserve it for his side of the onslaught, and why not finish it off with Powell again?
About as quick of a score as humanly possible, and maybe a little too quick. I don't know, we still got to get this 2-pointer. And with all that being said, I hope we don't get sued for what you just said. Cannonball, I cannot afford legal counsel in any way, shape, or form. We'll figure that out later. It comes down to this. 2-point or die. Stafford, good protection. Slingshot, tight window, comes down with it.
And you know who it's going to be. You don't even have to call it out. Such a playmaker, Zaire Wise. And for that matter, can we get into how kind of confusing this has been? You know, we're coming off the Lions season. We're calling Zamir White, I believe was that guy's name. Now we got Zaire Wise out here. He's making big plays in big moments every week. I guess I'm just trying to say it's hard to keep the names together, Spyder.
Another classic from the NEFL here, folks. And overtime is not guaranteed. A lot of time left on the clock. 2 timeouts for Pittsburgh. And Coach Sparrow 9 going to start this drive with a handoff. Nice hole. Najee Harris bursting off of an attempted shoestring tackle. And they're going to go no huddle. Going to keep those timeouts. Harper snap at 28. Another handoff. Knows his strengths. Najee Harris just pinballing off of everyone here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Coach Sparrow 9 made up his mind. He said, I'm not going to throw this rock if I don't have to. And all of a sudden, you're down here. You don't need much. maybe 3-4 yards. I mean, we need a pick. Again, I'm gonna ask the higher powers above for some help here.
Coach TreyBandz sending everybody. This could be nasty if we get faked out on play action. It's gonna be a run and a gigantic hole. Gonna come down to the kick here, Cannonball. Not a very far one.
Yeah, and we saw him make that 53-yarder earlier, so it's, doesn't feel very good. Maybe we can tackle him within bounds here. Never mind, they still have one timeout. I should pay attention to the game situation, the game theory, as now they're going to have to burn it. And it's 44 yards.
As we talked about earlier, does have that left-footed kicker. There is something psychological. There's something in the brain. It just doesn't look right. And that's our only hope. As Pittsburgh trying to kick an ice field goal to win it here in regulation. From 44 yards out, it's straight down the middle. Never had a doubt about it. Flag at the end, most likely on us. It is. Ronald Darby down there taking out his aggression on the kicker. He said, let me just get this penalty that won't really hurt the team. We lost anyway. Let me bust up this left-footed freak. Matt Stafford failed to impress in his first start as a Baltimore Raven. Ends the day with 5 interceptions. And, well, let's go ahead and get you guys out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Always nice having you with us. In association with the NEFL, Coach TreyBandz, and these Baltimore Ravens. We'll see you next time. We out.